Hello, everyone. Thank you for attending our lightning talk today on content campaigns and newcomer experiences. My name is Ilana Freed, and I'm the product manager of the campaigns team at the Wikimedia Foundation. For those of you who are in our product platform session yesterday, you may remember we mentioned that we'll be working on pilot projects in the coming year. This lightning talk will focus on 2 of the 4 pilot projects so that you can learn more about our ideas and plans. First, I'll talk about the campaigns team, and then Marshall Miller, the product manager for the growth team, will talk about his team's work on newcomer experiences. Next slide, please. Okay, so as an FYI, the notes for this talk will be in the Etherpad, and if you have questions for us, or if you want to talk to us more, please join us for a post-session discussion in Building 6, Floor 1, Table A, directly after this talk. Next slide, please. Okay, so now we'll talk about content campaigns. Next slide. Next slide, please. Great. So who are we? Oh, not that one. One back. Great. We're a new product development team focused on building and improving tools for campaign organizers and participants. So in other words, we'll be supporting Wikimedia campaigns like Wiki Loves Monuments, Wikigap, Wikipedia Asian Month, One Lib, One Ref, and more. Our goal is to make it easier to be an effective and impactful campaign organizer, whether someone is very experienced or a brand new organizer. So you may be thinking, aren't there already teams at the foundation that support campaigns? So yes, there are teams that provide training and grant funding to organizers. Our team is different because we're a software development team. This means we'll be building features and tools for campaign organizers, and organizers will be able to use these features in whatever way they think will deliver the biggest impact. Next slide, please. Now I want to take a step back and talk about why we're focusing on campaigns. So as a team, we believe that campaigns play an incredibly important role in the movement. They recruit organizers and new editors, help fill knowledge gaps, and produce new content. They also bring communities together, and they're collaborative and fun. The driving engine behind campaigns is the campaign organizer. They work within their communities and contexts to develop meaningful events, and they build communities from the ground up, both in person and on Wiki. For this reason, we believe that if we empower campaign organizers, we empower the movement as a whole. Next slide, please. As our first project, we'll be building a registration solution. Right now, there is no easy on-Wiki way to join campaign events. This means that organizers often turn to manually created solutions on Wiki, which can be difficult for newcomers to access and understand, or off-Wiki registration solutions, which may be in conflict with Wikimedia values and are not integrated with existing Wikimedia workflows. Overall, this situation makes it harder for organizers to do their job. It's difficult to track who's coming to events and what participants need to be supported. So we want to fix this problem. Next slide, please. Great. So what's our vision for this new registration solution? Our vision is to merge the best of both worlds from on-Wiki and off-Wiki solutions. From the on-Wiki systems, we want to keep the fact that registration is on Wiki and that everyone can see who joined the event. From the off-Wiki systems, we want to take the ease of use, so it's simple to configure and fill out forms. And then we want to add a new level of support, integration with tracking tools. This way, when someone registers for an event, their username can be automatically pushed to the organizer's tracking tool of choice, such as Event Metrics or the Programs and Events dashboard. In total, this all goes back to our big vision. We want to empower organizers, so it's easier for them to run impactful and effective campaigns. Next slide, please. So the last point I would like to make is that we want our work to be deeply collaborative. Before launching our project, we talked to about 50 campaign organizers to learn about their experiences and needs. These conversations form the backbone of our team vision and direction of our first project. So I really like to thank them for their support. We really learned so much from all of you. Now I would like to invite everyone to share their feedback on our project talk page. Whether you're a campaign organizer or participant, or you're a passionate Wikimedian who has ideas on how to improve campaigns, we want to hear from you. So please check out our project page and join our newsletter list to receive updates via mass message. And finally, you can chat with us in real time. We'll be hosting a help desk table on Tuesday, August 17th from 14:30 to 16 UTC. And we'll also be hosting team office hours on September 2nd at 15 UTC. So please reach out, share your opinions, and join us in the journey to improve the campaign's experience. Thank you for listening to me. And now I'll hand it over to Marshall, product manager of the growth team, to talk about their work in newcomer experiences. Thanks.
Hi, everyone. I'm Marshall Miller. I'm the product manager for the growth team, which is part of a broader effort at the foundation to improve the newcomer experience. Next slide. So the objective of this is to grow and diversify contributors. We want more people and more kinds of people contributing to our projects. Ultimately, we want it to be a world where no matter who you are or where you live or what skills you have or what device you have, you should be able to find a way to plug in and start contributing and be able to incorporate Wikimedia into your life. Next slide. We think about the newcomer experience in terms of a funnel, meaning a lot of people come in at the top, and we hope as many as possible can get all the way through to making their first contributions and then coming back and joining our community for the longer term. So the 3 levels are account creation, when you first create your account, activation, when you make your first edit, and retention, when you come back another time and make more edits. For the last couple of years, the growth team has mostly built software for this activation level. So I want to show a little bit of that. And then we'll talk about, in the coming year, the other 2 levels. Next slide. So the main problem around activation, of course, is that editing is hard. When you're new, you need to learn technical skills about how to use the editing tools, concepts like notability, verifiability, neutrality that are new to a lot of people, and about the wiki culture, that there are other people looking at your work who may revert you. And that's a barrier. All those are barriers to entry to getting started. Next slide. So the main platform the growth team has built is the newcomer homepage. This is like a centralized dashboard to get started when you're new. It offers suggested edits on easy edits to do on articles. It shows the impact of those edits by pointing out how many people have viewed the pages that you've edited, and it connects newcomers with an experienced editor to be your mentor. Next slide. The newest thing that we've added to the homepage is called Add a Link. So Add a Link is a workflow that guides newcomers through doing an easy edit, adding a wiki link to an article. So in the screenshot you see here, it's pointing at a blue word and saying, should this become a link to another article? It's easy for newcomers to do this kind of edit, and they're guided by machine learning to do it so that they can learn along the way. This is being tested on a handful of wikis, and so far we think is going well. Next slide. And that's leading us to our work in the coming year around another task about adding images. Could we do something similar to help newcomers add images to articles? This is a more challenging task that we are going to need community input to get right, so we hope that you can visit to talk about that. Next slide. And in terms of this funnel, I want to point out one idea about account creation that we've already had in flight to show how we're thinking about this going forward. Next slide. Could we convert donors to editors? So in the past year, people participated in a Latin American donation campaign. Some of those editors or donors said they were interested in learning how to edit. And so we sent emails to them to recruit them to create accounts and get started. And we're going to be analyzing the data on that. So that's an example of a project that we've done recently. Next slide. So please join us in Building 6, Floor 1, Table A to continue the discussion. And that's all for today. So I hope you can see some of those links in the chat, and we hope to see you in a minute. Thank you.